I'm not ready for this.
Ja, nix da. Auf geht's. Nein geht's.
Here we go.
Coal Miners Haven. Die Kneipe.
Mr. Samuel Higgs, big shot investigative reporter.
Didn't think you'd ever be back in here.
I'd gladly slash your tires, but that mean you couldn't leave town. And you are leaving town right after this, right?
Just really embracing those hick stereotypes, huh, Joel?
Gentlemen. We get you good old boys another round.
Mighty kind of you, Declan.
You're not worth it, Higgs. Making friends already, I see.
Declan, been a while.
Hey, careful. I'd rather not be working tonight. And you always seem to angry up everyone's blood.
Okay, sobald ich kann, hat angefangen.
I'm only here to pay my respects to Nick. Nothing more, nothing less.
Yeah. Shame that. You watch yourself.
You watch yourself.
I think it's time I go put up a photo at the memorial board. That's what people do, right?
Echt? Okay. Nimm an den Leichenschmaus teil, erweise Nick die letzte Ehre. Leute. Ah, Joel. Ich hab gedacht, der wäre tot. Achso. Wir sehen ja hier noch bei Walking. Nee. The Last of Us. Das kommt voll durcheinander. Als die Mine stillgelegt wurde, haben alle Bergleute Bestwood ihre Arbeit verloren. Ich hätte wissen sollen, dass sie noch immer mir die Schuld dafür geben. Das hatte selbstverständlich nichts mit schlechten Arbeitsbedingungen und einem menschenverachtenden Management zu tun. Ah, deswegen. Ah, okay. Declan ist örtliche Gesetzeshüter. Ich erinnere mich noch vage aus der Schulzeit an ihn. Er geriet oft in Schlägereien, meist um kleinere Kinder zu beschützen. Niemand war überrascht, dass er Polizist wurde. Ehre aller. Echt? Ehre an dich. Gut, Untersuchungen. Wo ist ein Spacko 500?
Declan lacks subtlety, but he loves this town like no one else.
Okay, da hat er gerade mit den Quatsch. Wollen wir da reingrätschen?
Old-timers in general already don't like me, and the article just made it worse.
Bevor ich jetzt mit denen reingrätsch... Oh, nein!
Danny! Oh, it's been ages.
Tara?
Oh, me? I've had this stomach thing lately, always churning. And this thing with Nick, his car went up like a Sunday ham. He burned alive, you know. Have you met Hugh? He took over the old pharmacy just after you left.
No.
The infamous Sam. I've read that article you wrote on the mine. You must have put in a lot of legwork on that.
Oh, you read it. What do you think?
Of the writing? Fine. Fine. Of the reporting? Something that needed to be done. Many medicines are a bitter brew, but you still need to take them.
That's nice of you to say.
Oh, don't hesitate to drop by the pharmacy sometime.
Oh, and Sam, you...
But for now, I have a feeling you're not here for us.
Oh, right. Don't be a stranger, Sam.
Ah, Tagebuch aktualisiert. Wo ist unser Freund der Cop? Da in der Bar. Sheriff Mitchell. Okay, okay, wir müssen ja auf jeden Fall noch einiges lernen. Ich lese es jetzt durch, dass wir wissen, wo, wie, was abgeht. Huge. Huge ist neu in der Stadt. Aber wie es aussieht, versteht er es, sich einzubringen. Andererseits ist es Teil seines Berufes als Apotheker, sich einzubringen. Aber es ist trotzdem anständig von ihm, dass er zu Nicks Leichenschmaus gekommen ist. Tara. Tara, die Bürokauffrau bei Basewood Jungle, ist die sprichwörtlich verschobene Kollegin. Sie mag alles und jeden. Dinosaurier, schnulzige Liebesromane, Bibelfernsehen, Verschwörungstheorien, Reiskekse, ungewöhnliche Straßennamen. Was auch immer es ist, sie kann stundenlang drüber reden. Ach, Verschwörungstheorien, Alter. Es ist jetzt ein bisschen unpassend. Kann man mit denen reden und sich entschuldigen? Leute? Echt jetzt?
Hey Sam, why don't you drink to Nick on the other side of the bar?
Okay. Mit Tara will ich jetzt
That's
gerade...
the guy who got the mine closed.
I can't believe he showed up after what happened.
Ja, ich hab's gehört, ne? Wir können ruhig drüber reden, was los ist. Draußen. Du riechst in die Fresse und du, mit dir fällt mir schon was ein. Ich hab ein Pickup. Wir gehen in den Wald, da verscharre ich dich. Da kann ich dich suchen.
But no more than 3,000 milligrams a
I thought it was 4,000.
day. That's what crooked pharmacists want you to do. That amount is damaging in the long term.
Bess always had a soft spot for Nick. I think she liked his work ethic.
Okay.
Pretty courageous of him to try his luck in Basswood, given the state of things.
Sitzeckentisch. Und schon seit Jahrzehnten nicht ersetzt.
That's where Nick and I sat every time he dragged me out for drinks after work.
Okay. Warte, falsche Richtung. Kann man hier zwischenspeichern? Kann man hier schnell speichern? Nee, nicht Hauptmenü, bin ich dumm. Steuerung. Tastenbelegung. Schneller gehen, überspringen. Schneller bewegen, Umschaltdings. Das ist so Bullshit. Gedanken. Palastbetrieb. Ah.
I've never known Tara to not take over a conversation.
Vielleicht können wir uns ja kurz mit ihr unterhalten.
So tragic, what happened to Nick. The details are horrible. They think he didn't die on impact. Instead, he roasted to death. Not enough to damage the bones, but, you know, not a pretty sight. Unless you're into that kind of thing, of course. I didn't mean to be rude, Sam.
It's all right, Tara. I don't like the sight of dead, burned people.
Oh, thank God. I wouldn't want to be rude on a day like this. Poor Sam. Now that Nick is gone, everyone in town hates you. I mean, I don't. Why would I? It's not my job you destroyed. You're not the cause of all my problems. I mean, that's what you did for pretty much all of Basswood, but not to me. So, I don't hate you.
Thanks for the confidence booster, Tara. I'll see you around. I've never known Tara to not take over a conversation.
Wir können doch mal mit ihr reden.
Nick was the good sort. Sometimes the good sort die like the bad sort. It's not fair.
Da stinkt was mit der Alten.
I didn't know you read Dickens, Ethan.
Aber die hier nicht mit antriggern, da hinten darf niemand rein, außer Ethan rein. Flaschensammlung. Das hat doch keiner gar noch anziehen. Da.
Then you should read
Spirituosa
Great
aus dem Fenster.
Expectations. It's a masterpiece, plain and simple.
Mal kurz hier zum Cut. Die Alte, die ist jetzt nochmal, Tara. Sam McTurr ist hat absolut keinen Filter. Sie wäre eine schreckliche Spionin oder Serienmörderin. Oder vielleicht eine ausgezeichnete. Ja, genau das denke ich nämlich persönlich auch. Weil... mein Absatz hat es nicht zerstört. Aber den von anderen... Die Bürokauffrau von Basswood Jungle. Was ist Basswood Jungle? Da haben wir noch nichts dazu. Untersuchungen, haben wir denn eine Map oder so? Nee. Basswood Channel, wissen wir rausfinden, was es ist.
He's owned this bar for almost a decade and still can't afford another employee.
Ja, vielleicht will er es auch nicht.
Walter can be overwhelming at times, but he means well.
So, I had to throw them all out on their ear, and only then did I realize.
Ah, Samuel, my favorite ex-muckracker. Join us, join us.
How was the funeral?
Wasn't there. Setting up for this.
Everyone came, most of the town, it felt like. A sea of sad, wet eyes. I gave the eulogy. Felt hollow. So hollow. He worked for me for years. For years, my best reporter. What do you even say about him?
Reporter war ein Teamspieler. Ah.
Everything had to be just so. His desk, straight lines and clean.
Once, Anna turned everything on his desk around just to see what he'd do. He moved his chair to the other side of the desk.
It's the small things. Like he always kept his window down. Said cars made him claustrophobic. That's how he stays with us. The little details.
I remember the bar bets about that safe spot at Pac-Man. He got me one night.
Yeah, got me once too. Can't believe it's real.
Enough about Nicholas, enough. Tell me, how have you been, Sam? How have you really been?
I spend all day doing nothing. I don't even count days. They just blur together. Nick's death barely hit me. It was like a pinprick compared to just everything.
Time heals most wounds. Some it just makes worse. Sounds like you need something to pull you out of your rut.
Well, I think I've taken enough of your gents' time.
Go, mingle, circulate, but you must join us for an actual round later. You must.
Sollen wir direkt fragen? Ich würde es noch außen vor stellen.
Yeah.
Machen wir noch nicht.
That could be nice.
Das wird verdächtig.
We'll see.
Think about it, Samuel. A drink with friends is worth 1,000 among enemies.
Da warten wir noch kurz. Das machen wir nicht gleich. Das kommt zu hart.
Declan lacks subtlety, but he loves this town like no one else.
Haben wir hier Leute wieder was? Bei Walter weiß man genau, woran man ist. Seine Trauer um Nick ist aufrichtig. Ethan. Ein Kleinstadtwirt, der mehr zuhört, als dass er redet. Ethans Kneipe muss das einzige gut gehende Geschäft in Basswood sein. Basswood Jungle müssen wir auf jeden Fall finden, was es ist.
So, Sam, how's life been treating you?
Could be better. My best friend just died.
No need to snap at me, Sam. I ain't the enemy here. And your allies are in short supply, so be careful what you say. You staying in town long?
Not really. Why? You think I'm gonna disturb the peace or something?
Wouldn't be your first time. Have a nice evening, Sam.
Die haben irgendwie alle Narren im Gefressen, ne? Ich sag's nur. Zwei Unbekannte. Käfig. Kann man mit euch reden? Huge. Sitzecke war mal dran. Das leicht kürzere Bein an der Rückseite verschafft Stammgästen einen Vorteil. Das leicht kürzere Bein an der Rückseite. Naja. Käfig? Oh, das heißt mir bitte nicht raten, dass es eine Frau ist. Oh. Oh. Warte, bevor wir zu ihr gehen. Sind wir da? Blumen, helfen die wirklich irgendjemandem? Nee, das ist nur eine, naja, schöne Deko. Schlagzeug wird von Garagenbands verwendet. Ethan versucht, die lokale Szene zu unterstützen. Versuchte... Nick hält immer die Highscore. Jukebox.
Can't believe this whole thing's still working.
Gedankenpalast. Finde ich cool gerade. Okay.
Daddy, 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 open your eyes and wake up.
Anna.
The kids and I've been busy, and we got a little something for you that's gonna make you smile all day. Daddy, 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 daddy. But when the lights are out, it's time
Ich
for
will aktuell noch einen Verdacht haben. Also, wir reden ja kurz, ne? Da passiert ja nichts Großartiges, was sie tanzen. Verdacht erregen und will dann jetzt so gleich nachstochern. Da müssen wir noch cool bleiben. Da müssen wir uns etwas Geduld über. Vor allem nicht, wenn alle da sind. Das wäre, glaube ich, der erste fatale Fehler, den man bei sowas machen kann. Meiner Meinung nach zumindest. Wenn sie wieder irgendwie einzeln erwischen. Na? Das ist wichtig. Meine Vermutung ist, das könnte aus Rache passiert sein, oder? Weil Nick zu viel wusste. Nick hieß er, genau. Nick, Joan, oder auch Flo genannt, Anna, Samson, wir. Okay, die ganzen Namen müssen wir noch ein bisschen Kopf reinkriegen, ne? So. Kathy?
There was no love lost between Kathy and Nick since their divorce. But anyone can see she's taking his death hard.
Seine Ex-Frau, okay. Buck. Oh Mann. Jetzt.
Kathy,
Sam, you actually came.
Yep.
You got some nerve. Joan texted me. Says she already went home after you upset her.
I was just... I don't know.
Look, Joan was
Ich war's nicht.
hurt when you left town. Nick and I were never close after the breakup, and Joan's never had a lot of friends.
Yeah.
Maybe don't break her heart this time when you leave town. All right?
Boah. Ich will auch mit ihr drüber reden. Ich bin Ex-Frau. Mehr Altes für uns.
Hard to make promises. I don't do well with those in Joan.
I've noticed.
Wir sind immer vertrauen können.
But I'll try.
Sam, I'm gonna hold you to that.
Wir reden mit keinem drüber. Ich weiß nicht, wie die Leute zu uns stehen aktuell. Gedankenpalast. Mitnehmen. Ich schaue mal, irgendwas hier finden kann. Klopf, klopf.
You're a lot like Pac-Man, Sam.
I consume everything in my path.
You find every last bite. The mine closing wasn't your fault. Your investigation just hurried things up. You probably saved some lives, you know.
Hi, Dad. Hi, Muley.
You piece of...
Language.
Is that a wedding ring?
I didn't know you were thinking about marriage.
Oh, it's just... It feels like the right thing to do.
Dad, what's the point of getting married?
Well, it's just one of those things people do, Bug. Here, you can play.
Someone has to show you grown-ups. Video games are the realm of the young.
Have you talked to Anna about this?
That's kind of the point. I'll talk to her about it when I show her the ring.
If you say so. Hey, just remember I'm here, right? If you need anything. Anything but my arcade secrets. Those I'll take to the grave.
Ja, leider etwas sarkastisch jetzt, wenn man so drüber nachdenkt.
Sorry we lost touch. Sorry I lost touch. Rest up, big guy. This photo always looked weird. Nick could never keep a straight face. Happier times. Happier times.
Wer hat ein Foto? Nick und Anna.
I wonder who took that picture.
Aha. Nick und Sam.
We drove straight to the sea after work on a Friday. Hell of a weekend.
Ah, Nick und Kathy. Der Kleine.
Bug was so small back then.
Nick und Walter. Hallo. Ist Antrieb oder ist manchmal schwer, ne? Ich sag's nur. Das haben wir gerade schon geschaut. Ich krieg das unten nicht. Ich kann weiter runter gucken. Ah, da war's.
Those two were a great team.
Nick und Joan. Achso, ja, Bug auch.
He was more her best friend than a dad.
Das war eine Erinnerung. Das haben wir gerade angeschaut. Ich weiß nicht, wer das Solo gemacht hat.
Samuel, guess I lost the bet.
Bet?
Yeah, that bet you'd never come back to Basswood. Not after you went careening out of town like a bat out of hell the instant that article broke bad.
Okay, I'll bite. Tell me, Dennis, who did you have a standing bet with?
Myself. So I guess I also won.
What are you even doing here, Dennis? You and Nick become friends or something?
Nope. He thought I was a drunk, which I am. And I thought he was a hack, which he was.
This coming from the IT guy. Didn't know resetting passwords could give you a journalism degree.
It can. But it does give me less patience for people who sling mud my way. Relax. I'm just playing. At least tell me how you've been.
Als habe ich interessiert, einfach wunderbar.
If you must know, I still haven't bounced back from when Anna and I broke up.
I think you mentioned she broke up with you. Yeah, but I hear you. Yeah, that's how I ended up in this shit town. Chasing a woman. Yeah, then she left and I got stuck here with 2 kids. Anyway, cheers to Nick. A man that, unlike us, people actually liked. Speaking of which...
Oh nö. Anna Banana.
As time draws near, my dearest dear, when you and I must part, how little you know of the grief and woe in my poor aching heart. I suffer for your sake. Believe me, dear, that's true. I wish that you were staying here.
Hallo, Applaus. Mann, Leute. Gehen wir zu der Frau gehen. Okay, wir vielleicht gerade jetzt nicht optimalerweise. Tagebuch aktualisiert. Das lesen wir noch kurz. Wir haben einen Leichenschimmer-Style. Sprich mit Anna. Machen wir noch. Ah, Dennis. Dennis ist der IT-Typ bei der Zeitung, für die ich mal gearbeitet habe. Ich erinnere mich an ihn als einen verbitterten und fiesen Kerl. Ein Einzelgänger, der nicht viele Freunde in Basswood hat. Das bin ich zwar auch, aber das macht uns nicht zu verwandten Seelen. Kathy! Kathy und Nick haben jung geheiratet und sich schnell scheiden lassen. Obwohl ich der Patenonkel ihrer Tochter bin, bin ich nicht sicher, ob sie mich je gemocht hat. Ich kann mir Leichenschmaus-Teilnehmer. Dort-Spiel. Verteilung der Löcher erzeugt von starker Alkoholisierung der Durchschnittsspieler.
Some people can play this game drunk. Anna was best at 3 beers.
Die Übersetzung, weil man schön das direkt machen würde. Ich nehme ein Stück auf und kann es einfach, dann manches, falls ihr euch jetzt wundert, ne? Anna?
Has it really been 2 years since I saw her? She hasn't changed a bit.
Ja, Leichenschmaus, da ist mir wahrscheinlich gerade dabei. Anna haben wir neu als? Nein. Okay. Holen wir jetzt nach.
Anna?
Sam!
Hallo, drück zurück.
I've missed you. Why'd it take so long for you to darken my doorstep?
I won't lie, it really hurt coming back. I stopped by Lookout Point on the way here.
Sam, why'd you do that to yourself?
A desire to open old wounds. The old-timers gave me hell when I came in, too.
People around here have short tempers.
And long memories.
But most of them mean well. Sam, the mine was gonna close anyways. Maybe in a year or 2, 5, if the Lord has a sense of humor. It was gonna run dry or have an even bigger disaster. It wasn't your fault.
Ich sehe das einander, ich weiß.
I wish everyone else understood that.
People are scared. Mad. You were easy to blame.
Ja, das
When
ist
my
Mensch.
father lost his legs,
Perfekt.
nobody knew the mine wasn't following regulations. You were the only one who started asking questions. Whenever people talk about you, he always says, you did the right thing.
Yeah, well, your dad's Joe. He's an oak. Unmoving and annoyingly supportive.
It wasn't just him. Nick thought your piece was great. He was actually jealous. He always wanted to write something that shook the pillars of heaven, as he used to put it. You know, Nick and I had moved in together. Started to get serious. But I think it's only now I realize how much I cared for him.
You and Nick started going out? When did this happen?
A few months ago, he never told you? He asked me to let him be the one to say something. You two had been so close.
He probably tried. I hadn't been answering his calls.
That's the worst part, right? Anything broken just stays broken now. But this was all nice. The funeral, the wake. Walter did a good job. But it all just makes me feel heavy. It makes my heart hurt. Like Nick's memory has been laid on top of me and I'm still carrying him.
Tut mir leid, dass Nick von uns gegangen ist. Bisschen vorsichtig.
It's hard for me
Immer
to
noch.
really just wrap my head around it. Nick being gone.
Smart. Don't rock the boat when the person in the boat just lost a loved one.
It's big. I can't get my head around it either. His stuff is all over my house, but he's just missing. Things without an owner. Most of it I'll probably give to Joan and Kathy, throw away. I don't even know. Sam, I'm tired, and if I'm gonna drink and cry, I wanna do it alone. I played that stupid song like I told myself I would. He said, or he used to say, it made him ache. I did it, and I'm going home. We need to catch up, though. Let's meet for coffee tomorrow and talk. Really talk. 9:30?
Yeah, maybe.
I'll be at the cafe across from the paper. Christina's. It was honestly nice seeing you.
Samuel, come. Have a round with me.
I need a drink or two. Or three. And then I'll go.
So, dann haben wir im Grunde hier eigentlich betrachten.
There was no love lost between Kathy and Nick since their divorce.
Okay,
but anyone can see she's taking his death hard.
Jetzt schon mal gequatscht. Können wir mit den zwei nochmal reden? Ah, mit ihr können wir jetzt aber reden, richtig.
Mr. Hicks, good to see you. My condolences for your friend. Coming back in town must not have been easy. Officer Stevenson was telling me about your little welcoming committee.
It's all right. Declan saved the day.
We just don't want any troubles here. Not from you, not from anyone.
Don't worry, I won't stay in town long enough for that. Declan, Bess, have a good night.
You too, Sam. Take care of yourself.
Declan lacks subtlety, but he loves this town like no one else.
Mhm. Kann man es ja kurz analysieren?
Bess always had a soft spot for Nick. I think she liked his work ethic.
Vielleicht.
Nick was a good man. Always spelled your name right when he was quoting you. Basswood lost one of its golden sons.
Ja, leider. Ah, was mit ihm?
Dennis, bitter and jaded. He's even worse than the last time we spoke.
Na?
People leave you or they die. That's the only way anything ends.
Gut, gut. Mit den zwei kann man nichts anfangen hier, ne? Ihr seid merkwürdig. Da waren wir auch noch nicht. Können wir aber auch nichts machen. Gut. Bier. Walter. Unter Betracht können wir mit Ethan reden inzwischen. Nein, dann
It
betrachten.
does look tempting.
Ja gut, dann hau weg die Scheiße.
So, Nick wasn't drunk, and me? I was drunk as a skunk.
Ah, Samuel. Join us. We were just sharing stories about dear Nicholas. And let me get your next round. Maybe Ethan has a suggestion for a worthy spirit?
Ah, spirits? Oh, no. Friends drink beer.
Yes, I suppose that's fitting. To dear Nicholas.
Yeah, he'd been coming in a lot lately. Sat right there, with a bad dad joke or two.
With friends, I guess? Maybe Anna.
No, by himself with his laptop as his date.
He never drank alone.
You two were close, though, right? Tell me about the man outside the bar.
He had a terrible memory. Couldn't remember names, dates, passwords. Kept his notes squirreled around him like a hoard.
War ein guter Vater, meist zumindest. Trinken, er hatte das er sich nicht hatte.
He was always good with Joan, though Kathy did the heavy lifting. Took her to school, fed her, clothed her, and Nick would pick her up. Play dad for a few hours. Mostly she'd just sit in the office drawing. He'd drop her back off with her mom after dinner.
Greater men have done far less by their daughters. The friend of man, the friend of truth. The friend of age and guide of youth. Few hearts like his with virtue warmed. Few hearts with knowledge so informed. If there's another world, he lives in bliss. If there is none, he made the best of this.
Burns. That from your eulogy?
You know Robert Burns? And no, just something I keep on hand for toasts.
Well, it's a good choice. And sorry about that, Sam. I wasn't trying to bring you down.
Was beliebt.
Everyone liked him. I think even Dennis liked him somewhat.
He always had a lot of friends. A few who couldn't make it sent flowers.
How's the family taking it?
Kathy seems haunted. Spread overly thin, and I saw Joan storming off. Kathy has a lot to deal with, now more than ever. And who can prepare for losing a parent? Not a soul. Not a single soul.
It always seemed so easy for him. Every day he'd show up, smile, no matter what.
Of the qualities in a good man, that one deserves to be at the top.
Not a quality I possess.
This isn't a place for self-pity. This is a place for dour reflection.
Yes, and drinking.
To Nick, he was my friend. He will be missed, but not forgotten.
Hear, hear.
Boah, dann kräftige Zug, haben wir halbe Ding klärt. Respekt, Mann. Oh, aber lang für Bier, das war doch so schade. Da war noch die Hälfte drin, Alter, bist du dumm? Das war schon besser leer. Hallo, mir noch gesagt, ich hab 3 oder 4. Zum Beispiel beim 5. Also das mal Autofahren wird halt nichts mehr, Brudi. Und das Glas war auch mal bald.
Night. I'd say that went well. Ish.
Wer bist du eigentlich zum
You got to
Henker?
chat with everyone you've been avoiding.
Even if the years didn't smooth their animosity as much as I hoped.
Just shut up. Coming back to Basswood was your idea.
You're the one in the driver's seat, Sam. I can't make you do anything. Deep down, you've been looking for a reason to come back. It's gonna be one of those long nights inside your head, huh?
Tut mir so leid.
I am so very sorry. You stuck in existence, stuck in my head, just a terrible state you're in.
Get your anger and sarcasm out of your system. Better you take it out on me than anyone else. You're back out in the world. Feeling emotions, fitting in, that's progress.
Fuck the world. Pointless talking and more talking, and no one says what they mean. Go away. Let me enjoy being miserable.
Just try and make sure you don't do anything stupid.
No promises.
Hoch die Tassen.
Stay out.
You have 10 minutes before we charge you for another day.
Oh, okay. What kind of monsters have a checkout at 9? What happened last night? Oh, my head. Pills plus drinking. That was not my best idea. Did I black out or what? Ugh, I can't think straight. I need some water on my face. Clear it up.
Hotelbett immer noch gemacht. Wenigstens muss sie das Laken nicht wechseln. So, meine Damen, also sie kurzen Cut und wir sehen uns beim nächsten Mal. Bis dahin und auf Wiedersehen. Tschüss.
Change my clothes and wash mine. Does the well go down that low?